around cities bound above the ground, gliding fast, future cast in the sky they blast. Freedom, real engine steel, breaking through. Screen light, night, delight, pixel fight through the trees, buzzing bees in the breeze. Heart pounds, ground sounds, endless rounds, capture sight, endless flight, thrilling me. FPV, your world unfold, magic untold. Every frame burns the flame, sparks a game. Boundless skies, through my eyes I realize. Tuesdays live, heartbeats give and strive. FPV, your world unfold, magic untold. Every frame burns the flame, sparks a game. Boundless skies, through my eyes I realize. Tuesdays live, heartbeats give and strive. Stream, wild dreams, split the scenes onto it without careful of flare. Pilot sword, breaking law, feel the draw. Frozen time captured, prime moments flying off. Axis world fractures, their rapture twists and flips, and the dips match trips. Overview from this crew, fresh and true. Rhythm high, touch the sky, FPV fly. FPV, your world unfold, magic untold. Every frame burns the flame, sparks a game. Boundless skies, through my eyes I realize. Tuesdays live, heartbeats give and strive. FPV, your world unfold, magic untold. Every frame burns a flame, sparks a game. Boundless skies, through my eyes I realize. Tuesdays live, heartbeats give and let's strive. Spinning round cities bound above the ground, gliding fast, future cast in the sky they blast.
Welcome to FPV World episode. Wow. So trying a new thing, and obviously that did not work out too well. And obviously that song was not the best, I don't think. Maybe we're going to switch it up. Let's bring in our co-host here.
Hey, everybody. Sorry, I was laughing my ass off back here. This was pretty funny.
Totally.
How's it going?
Good. I totally forgot.
It has potential. I'll be diplomatic and say it has potential.
I don't know. That song, I thought it was better when I heard it earlier, but I think maybe I picked the wrong one, but that's okay.
You were high, weren't you?
Nope. How you doing, Dan? So how's the weather over there?
I'm all right. The weather's starting to look a little more autumnal, I guess you'd say.
Ooh,
yeah, it's been a little bit gustier and breezier here. And yeah.
You have one of those word calendars or something? Autumnal?
Raining on and off. No, 2 bachelor's degrees, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, welcome in everybody in chat. Good to see everybody. Captain Calgary and Ogre, Dan Z, Alexander, Johnny DRC, Lambo.
They're coming in.
Yeah. Welcome in, everybody.
Lambo.
We've got a awesome show lined up for you. So we've got Mr. LetsFlyRC sitting here waiting for us.
Legendary.
Got anything up to getting flying lately? I know you've had some bad weather.
Yeah, it keeps coming and going. It's like really rainy one day, and then the next day it's fine. So I try to squeeze in a few packs on the nice days. So nothing exciting, just playing in my yard. You know what I mean? Just having fun with it, not trying to do anything. Working on little tricks and gaps, but just the fun part of it. You know what I mean? Just for something to do in the afternoon after I put in my work. So
Nice.
And yeah, on the rainy days, I've been working on 3D printing stuff. Working on my sword from Lord of the Rings, starting to paint that and sand and paint sand.
Nice.
I've done about 5 layers now of sanding. I'm up to about my next sand is going to be 1,000 grit. So
Whoa, wow. Perfect. Wet, right? You gotta do it wet.
I might do it wet. Yeah, I haven't decided yet. I got to see what the paint layer I have on there right now, how it holds up. So
yeah. Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did some
Starting to look
flying
like steel.
here at the weekend. It was pretty awesome. We had a Min Acid in the chat. He was out there with us with Falcon
nice.
Rad and a few others. We got to fly the Coquitlam Airfield again with about 6 of us. It was pretty awesome. It was a really good day. Actually, It was like t-shirt weather, which was weird. Yeah, it was really nice out. Really good meetup. So, and yeah, we had bears. That's right. There was 2 bears. A bald eagle and a falcon rat. Yeah, that's right.
I was going to say, did you get one of the numbers? Did you get his number?
No, we. Well, I did film it. But it's probably not going to be made public. So if you want to check it out on Discord one day, I'll share it on Discord. But it's not going to be a video.
I like bear footage. There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Good times.
So yeah,
there's bears around here, but I have not seen one since I was like a teenager. So they're they stay away from the peoples. I think Right. I think if you had like garbage out and stuff like that, you might be able to entice one to your yard. But
no, set up a picnic.
Plus, my parents have a barky dog, so we don't get a lot of wildlife around here. Once in a while, you'll see a deer, a couple of turkeys.
Fucking A. Cool. Well, let's bring in our guest here today, Mr.
Do we have to?
LetsFlyRC, Mr. Rotor Riot.
Yay!
Yeah, welcome in. There you go.
Somebody famous.
I'm the only one here, but I'm still humming that song in my head, man. FPV. Flying through the air with my DJI. I don't know.
Right?
I thought that was awesome.
I could come up with some pretty funny stuff.
I gotta look that up and figure out how to do that AI music stuff, because I'm gonna put some of that in my videos. I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the original one that I did here. Let me pull up the original one I did, because it has the community edits, and maybe some people in the chat house hasn't seen it yet, and it's fairly short. I think this one turned out well because I spent a lot of time on it.
I'm assuming there's no copyright issues with stuff like that.
Nope. Not at all.
Oh, nice.
Unless you're making money, I don't think you can.
Yeah,
you can't sell it.
Yeah.
There is some fine print there that you can't sell.
Right, like if you want to use it on your YouTube video, for example. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I think you're fine. Yeah.
So this is
if you're making millions of dollars.
One. I was gonna take. I think I started it in. When did it start? 4 months ago. I was gonna keep using it till the end of the year, but kind of wore it out, I think. But it's a good song.
Yeah.
Hey, Basement Garter. Thank you very much.
Hey, buddy. The Toonie.
So how much input do you give the AI in order to get the lyrics the way you want them?
Up to 200 characters, and you get like 10 chances, basically, or no, 5 chances every day, 3 tokens.
Oh, okay.
Unless you pay, unless you subscribe. Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play with that a little bit. Do you get to pick the genre, or is it all going to be rock, or what?
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what genre. You can write your own theme song. You could be
a
rock song.
You can write your lyrics, or just give it prompts, like the descriptions of what you want, and then it'll just be whatever.
And that all has to be within a 200 characters. Is that what you're saying, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I think I did one for Marcel, and I
like
was
that.
like, write a song about a pilot named Marcel with a mustache who flies in the mountains in British Columbia. You know, I think that was what I did. I spit out a rock song about Marcel and his mustache flying.
we still have our Falcon Rad song that he made too as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Falcon Red
A lot
had
of
a
good
good one.
ones.
Yeah. So yeah, make your theme song, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Suno.com.
Yeah, I'm
And
definitely
you
gonna play
don't
with
have
that.
math skills
Free
at all.
time.
Super easy to do. Yeah, so welcome to FPV World. This is kind of our Canadian / FPV World stream for everyone and everybody. But Dan's over here in Ontario. I'm in British Columbia. And now we have...
I'm down here in the hurricane capital of the world in Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
geez.
got the big one bearing down on you, man. That's a
Yeah.
big one too.
We're gonna have 3 in a row probably. We just had Helene come through, and I barely felt the breeze over here in Orlando because it just kind of swept past us. But then we got this Milton, and then there's another one out in the Atlantic Ocean that's just kind of hanging out.
Oh,
I'm not sure where it's headed, but it might come through right after Milton. So
it's
But,
eyeing you up, is it?
yeah. But I mean, I've been here my whole life, so I've been through quite a few hurricanes in the past. So I'm pretty prepared. Although I just bought a new home, and it's a mobile home because I had to stop renting because I was like paying somebody else's mortgage. So that's the one thing I'm worried about, is that the house is a mobile home. But I do have, where I'm at right now is at my work, at my shop, and my shop is like a fortress. So I'm going to bring my whole family here, and we're all just kind of hunkered down here at my store. Yeah, I've got everything you need here to live. I got a shower and kitchen and all kinds of stuff at the shop, so we can, be comfortable while we're sitting here, and just praying that the house doesn't get destroyed.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah, be safe. Be safe.
Yeah.
And if your internet cuts out, we'll be in your prayers. No, you said it's a couple days away, right?
When is it?
Yeah,
I don't even know when it's supposed to really hit. It's still out of
It
the
keeps
ocean,
changing.
right?
It's slowing down, which I don't know, could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But as of right now, they're saying it's supposed to hit Wednesday evening, Thursday morning.
Yikes.
But at the speed that it's going, it could do a lot of damage because it's going really slow. Yeah. So.
Well, you're not going to chase it with your drone?
I did take a drone up in one of the hurricanes.
Yeah.
Although I didn't go up in the eye, which would have been epic. If that situation were to come up ever again, that would be the time to do it. And everybody says, "Don't go out in the eye," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's okay."
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
A few seconds, bring it back down.
I'd shoot it way up there to the top.
You can't really see anything though. It's just rain and wind. So it doesn't really.
You gotta get above it. You gotta get above it.
Above it, like way up in the illegal territory. Then you can probably see something. But yeah, just flying around in it, it's not impressive at all. You see trees blowing around. That's about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of interesting footage though if you just let your drone like go off with it and like ultimate long range,
back.
ultimate long range quad.
One way long range.
You would get like the best what is it? Alice in Wonderland? No, Alice in Wonderland. Wizard of Oz type footage.
Yeah.
There you go.
Flying around. It'd be sick.
Did you see the new Twister movie with Alex Vanover flying the mini the Drac?
I haven't seen
the
it.
Drac airplane. That's really cool.
I didn't know that was him. That's cool.
Yeah, my buddy Alex.
That's right.
He flew the Drac, the right wing Drac. I got a bunch of those Drac planes, and they're really cool.
Yeah, I thought about getting a right-wing Drac. I have the Vol style recently that I built, and I've been having a hard time getting it to fly nice, but I know nothing about planes.
That one is a little bit of a challenge to get flying off. It's just, the first maiden is a little bit challenging because you have to have everything right, CG and all the throws and everything have to be correct.
It's a jumpy plane already, isn't it? It's a pretty jumpy,
it's super fast,
high strung plane.
Yeah, it's super fast.
Crazy.
Like
the Drac is the reverse swept wing, right? Does the Drac have the reverse sweep wing?
The Drac is reverse swept, yeah. Or I don't think it's really. It's not reverse swept. It's flat, but it looks reverse swept because of the way that the wing shape is. It's more of a reverse swept shape.
The back, the trailing edge is wider.
Yeah,
I think I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool
shell.
Hell
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah, I
check
love
it out.
Right Wing. Their airplanes are the coolest looking planes out of all the planes
Mm.
I've ever seen. So I was
And
excited to watch those.
Rotor Riot teamed up
Yeah.
with Wing to do a smaller wing as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
was
I've
that
got
one?
my own
That's what I
signature
have.
plane in the Rotor Riot store called the Riot Wing.
Right.
And it's made by Right Wing, so
That's
it's
good.
kind of like a play on words. Riot Wing, Right Wing.
It's smaller than the Volstyle, right?
Yeah. I wanted a plane that was more like the Flight Test Arrow. That was my goal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever
Yeah.
saw that plane, but it was really nice. I had a lot of fun with the Flight Test Arrow. I soup it up and
I'm
make it go
building
way
one
too
now.
Oh yeah, yeah. You should.
Yeah, I'm building a
Message me afterwards.
Sea
I
Duck.
can. Oh, the Sea Duck. Yeah,
Duck.
I flew on that one. Yeah, I built that one and flew that one out of waterproof. That's a lot of fun in the water. Yeah.
Well, that's all I've got up where I live. I don't have like a really big field, but I have a
Okay.
giant lake beside me. So I'm like, that
It's
could be my field. Why did I get a
It's so much
seaplane?
fun with the Sea Duck, just touching
Yeah.
and going over and over again. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this could be fun.
I built
I'm
both
almost
their.
waiting for Peyton made me.
Yeah, that's awesome. You have a lot of fun with it. It's a big plane, so it's a lot of build time for sure.
I don't know if you're watching the YouTube chat, but Bubby just arrived, and I think he's about
Did
to
he?
start
I don't
talking
know.
shit about it.
Oh, I have to go
Hey,
to
Bubby.
the page for that, don't I?
You can
Go
go
for it,
on the
Bubby.
side of chat. It should be chat on the side here, beside private
Okay, I
chat.
see it there.
Welcome in,
Bubby.
Bubby, and everybody.
I think
Thank you
Mama's
for
on there too. What's up, Stacy? How
Bubby
you
must
doing?
have some. Bubby must have some stories he could tell us. Feel free, Bubby.
That's
More
funny.
embarrassing, the better.
What's up, guys?
So your channel basically started 10 years ago from what I see, and you basically started off obviously like doing the wings and planes mostly, right? As well.
It's kind of funny. Like that's where my YouTube channel that I'm currently using started. But there's another YouTube channel out there, and I started out on Vimeo. Honestly,
Me too.
I got excited about drones because of wakeboarding. I used to film professional
Interesting.
wakeboarders, and I started out filming from the boat, and so we were always trying to get different angles and different shots. And so we'd have a chase boat with another boat beside the other boats. We're just running two boats down the lake and trying to get different angles of the wakeboarders. And then I got invited to one of the big wakeboard competitions down here in Florida called Pros and Joes. And I got to fly in a real helicopter for the entire day, just hanging out the side of a helicopter with nothing but the seatbelt holding me in place. There's just a lap belt too.
Fun.
And my foot's on the stirrup on the side, and I'm like hanging out with the camera. And I mean, it was a roller coaster ride. I absolutely had a blast. So I could get really cool angles, and just get some amazing shots. And so it was it was a challenge for me to try to find a way to do it without having to hire an expensive helicopter pilot. So I walked into the hobby store, and this was probably like 15, 17 years ago, something like that. I walked into a hobby shop. I'm like, guys, I need a helicopter that can carry a GoPro, and I want to chase these wakeboarders. And they're like, you're not gonna be able to do that. I'm like, and he's like, it's like $5,000, and there's no way you're gonna be able to fly it. I'm like, oh, come on, I can do it. I play video games, right? And he's like, okay, well, go over here on the simulator and try to fly this helicopter. And I get on the real flight simulator that they had set up in the hobby shop, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, I can't fly this thing. So like for a couple of years, I was trying to practice in the simulator to see if I could get to the point where I could fly the darn thing. And I never really got really good at it at that time. And that was before drones even existed. That was before multi-rotors even existed. And then all of a sudden they started putting four propellers on. I'm like, well, that looks like a lot more stable. Let me try that.
Right.
And, so my first drone, my first drone was actually what the heck, Gaui 550X. I basically followed along with Ali Shanmao on YouTube. From another, he's in another country altogether. So I ended up buying all the same stuff that he bought with the Futaba radio. It cost me way too much money.
Right.
And like back then they didn't have all the fail safes and securities that we have today. So my first flight, I was in my shop in the garage, and I'm like taking it off, and it's like, ooh, I'm just hovering. I'm like, oh, it's shaking all over the place. And then I put it back down. I'm like, I got it. I did it. I flew it. I didn't crash it. And I turned the radio off. And they went wham into the wall. 3,000 miles per hour. 500 pieces everywhere. We turned the drone.
Holy. Wow.
Like, all the money just like pieces everywhere. And I was like, thank goodness it didn't come at me and it went into the wall.
Yeah.
Because that was like, we're talking 10-inch propellers on this gigantic drone that I had.
Oof.
And so, yeah, I ended up having to buy all the props. And back then you had to wait for everything to be shipped from China. So it took 3 weeks to a month to get everything.
Oh, man.
So it's like once you crash it, you got to wait a month to get new parts. And yeah, so that was discouraging. And then the second time I flew it over water, and it ended up landing in the water and ruining all the ESCs. So I had to buy $50 ESCs times 4. And yeah, it was crazy. It was tough
stuff.
Totally.
And then I started following flight tests, and I started making them out of wooden sticks from Home Depot, and that was fun.
Yeah, I've never done the flight test yet. But
talking about the camera.
Go ahead, Denzel.
Yeah, they got this neat quotes. I was going to say, you're talking about hiring a helicopter pilot for shooting stuff like this. Like, I used to work in photography back in Toronto, and a couple of times we'd have to rent a helicopter to take photographs of new built skyscrapers and stuff like that. And I don't even remember the price, but it was like tens of thousands of dollars for a full day of shooting with this helicopter and everything like that. And now you see every mom and pop
luckily
has aerial shots and their ads on TV, like it's made it much more accessible to everybody.
Totally.
Like next time you're watching TV, take note of how many commercials have aerial shots in them. Right? Just aerial shots, right? Which 20 years ago, they'd never would have had because they couldn't afford $50,000 for a helicopter shooting a couple of days. Like now you've got like Bob's Furniture with a fly-through in his warehouse. And,
it's awesome.
But you know what I mean though, right? Like if you watch, take a note of how many commercials have aerials in it now. And you're like, wow, 20 years ago, that wasn't like that.
You never see it, yeah. Totally.
Drones have changed the landscape of television production completely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, everything. Yeah. Totally. Bring X-Class back. Yeah, I would love to build an X-Class.
Oh, part of me wants to. But I've been trying to help a friend tune a 10-inch drone, and it's been a huge pain in the butt.
Yeah, no doubt.
I heard those Helions are a pain. Those Helions, because their arms are so long and skinny.
This was an iFlight that I've been trying to help him tune. And like it just wants to fly to the moon. And if I don't make it fly to the moon, then it flies like a pig and it doesn't perform well. So I had a real challenge with that one. I think it's just a bad frame design, unfortunately. They got a bunch of them, but this particular model,
they probably need to add a couple of millimeters to the arm thickness. That would
I feel like the arms are too thin and they're just vibrating too much. So I kind of gave up on it for a while. Like every time I take off, it tries to fly away, and the only way to stop it is to disarm, and then it falls to the ground and breaks the arm, and it's like, again.
Jeez.
You got to build it again.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't see 10-inch or 9-inch or 8-inch drones with the braces. I have a 7-inch drone that Falcon Rad designed called the Rad Lion, and it has the side braces on the arms. And man, that thing is so stable on flights, like no problem tuning it. Like it was amazing. I know it's a 7-inch, but still, like I don't see why a 10-inch can't have like drone hangers on it. I mean, it's a lot of material, but wouldn't that just help a lot? I have no idea.
So,
well, I can't think of his name right now. Top of my head.
Quad mover.
I always wondered if you could use like cables, like guy wires, instead of like actual carbon fiber as a stiffener. You know what I mean? Like tie cables between the four corners under tension.
That'd be interesting.
I'm not an engineer though.
10-inch
what would you call
rings, very unfriendly.
Guy wires?
Yeah. Carbon Cage, welcome in, buddy.
Hey, the Australian contingent's coming in. Good morning, sir. Wait, shouldn't you be at school?
So Chris Rosser just came out with a couple of new frames, and one of them is a 10-inch. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I watched his video about it, and so he brags about building it in a way that it's easily tunable. So with all of his knowledge, I would assume that he's probably correct. But say that again.
Does it have braces? Does it look like the
well,
AOS
it's got
3.5
it's
or
got this
something?
typical V shape to the arm, and instead of using like an 8mm thick arm, he did vertical, triangular shaped arms.
Ah,
So instead of
interesting.
the arms being horizontal, he made them vertical, and then put plates at the end to hold the motors, and made it capable of doing X8 configuration. I mean, a frame like that you shouldn't crash, but my only complaint about the frames that he makes is that they're not very durable. They're made to fly the best they possibly can, but they're not made to be super durable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you shouldn't be crashing a 10-inch drone, so it probably doesn't
Yeah.
need to be super durable, I would think.
Well, that's life, right? Making compromises everywhere. You try to get the best setup that suits you. You know, you take it into consideration, performance and durability.
Yeah, there you go. Pulled it up. Awesome.
Everything else.
It's a cool looking frame.
Okay, so a trust. I think they call that trust. Is that a trust?
Okay.
Trust, yeah.
I think.
Trust. Yeah, it was very unique.
Little I-beams.
I'm sure we'll probably see this on a Joshua Bardwell news segment eventually, because he takes the really unique frames and puts them out there.
And that's a 10-inch?
Yeah.
They make them in, he made it in 7, 8, and 10, I think.
Correct.
I kind of want to build one.
Yeah.
Do I need a 10-inch quad? I don't need a 10-inch quad, though.
And this is CNC drones, so this is in Chilliwack in British Columbia that you can order it from. So it's Canadian.
I thought about having my friend just move everything to that frame, but there's so many other problems with this drone that I don't even want to mess with it anymore. Like, I can't even get into BL Heli to adjust the settings. I don't know what they put on there, but I can't. I tried BL Heli 32, BL Heli S. I tried Blue Jay. I mean, I tried AM32. I can't get into this ESC to change the settings, and it makes me not even want to mess with it. And then the motors, the shafts aren't long enough for the nylock nuts to grab. So then every now and then the prop just goes flying off, and then you break an arm and you break a prop. And
constant issues. Holy.
What motors don't have long enough shafts, so we know which to avoid?
This motor, I don't know what it is, but it's not even labeled.
Black label motor
screen here. It's a black label for sure. This motor, whatever this is, I have no idea, but like you can see the shaft is not poking through the nylon nut, right? It's like
not enough teeth.
Let me get it out of the
way.
way.
To like shave your prop hub down or something.
But yeah, this is an old broken arm, you know. And this flight controller ESC combo, whatever it is, I don't even know what it is either. I don't even know what it is. So I don't know. It's been giving me a headache.
Time to take top plate off.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So if it was one or two things, I would continue with it. But
that's where I draw the line.
Everything on that drone needs to be changed except for the GPS.
Brutal. Yeah. I've had builds like that too. You get to a certain point, you're just like, no, forget it. Everything else just needs to be replaced. Otherwise, you're just fighting battles.
I told the guys, honestly, I think you should just pull it apart. Yeah, just scrap it for the air unit and take the O3 out of there and just keep that and put it into a whole new drone. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've been messing with it for months trying to get it right, and I feel bad that it's taken so long. But it's just I get discouraged every time I break an arm with the thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that right wing drac, man. That's a cool wing, man. That right wing drac.
Get one.
Yeah,
I would. You know what? Can I be honest here and just reveal a little myself to me? I am terrified of like hand launching. Like I don't know. Like I'm worried. I just don't want to do it. That's like I've got the.
You just gotta know how to.
You gotta try it with.
I'll take that up off the lake, but like to hand launch something, I was like, I'd screw that up, and I would just drive it into the ground.
Try it with. I would say start with an easy plane. Like there's a couple of planes you could do successfully without issue. Like Ready Made RC made
Cessna kind of
a long time ago, and that plane is very beginner friendly.
Yeah. I have a turbo timber that I've
probably not the right plane. Ripped
the landing gear off. I should just do it.
Yeah, that's probably not the right plane to hand launch. But yeah, like wings, for example, they're made. You have to hand launch them. You don't have a choice. But you'll have fun with the ESC because you can start on the water.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got to get in some flights before the snow flies.
Make sure you get the. Make sure you get the balance right on it. The first problem I had with mine was that it tried to tuck the nose under, and it filled up with water, and I ended up having to take it apart and pour the water out of it and start over. So make sure you get the balance point right.
Yeah, I've just been following their videos so far. So far, so good. Just all I got to do is paint it and maiden flight.
It's a lot of fun. I got an old video on my channel, I think.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into a couple of those. I have one of them selected, but let's get into some of these awesome content here. If anybody has any questions, shoot it in the chat. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. We got this one's an awesome one here. Let's go.
Stone FPV just ordered a T1 Ranger. A lot of people are getting
hey, that's me.
It looks pretty cool. Hi.
Oh yeah, the T1 Ranger is a lot of fun. I made that VTOL in one of the Rotor episodes.
Right.
Oh yeah, right. I remember that one.
Yeah, and the Nano Drac is also VTOL in the most recent Rotor episode.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a dope spot too, though. Holy.
Is this your daily driver? When you fly in here, what's your setup of choice for freestyle?
This is Tank S. Yeah, this is my most recent frame, the Tank S. It's my favorite drone to fly now.
The 3.5 inch or the 5? Yeah.
This is
everyone's flying a 3.5.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh man, I tell you what, once you this 3.5 inch feels like a 6S 5-inch in the air, and you can't tell the difference in the goggles what you're flying, except that it's not super noisy, it's not annoying everybody, and you're more stealth. It's not going to hurt anything if it hits the wall, right? I mean,
is it 4S or 6S?
This one's 4S. Yeah, it flies like a 6S, but on 4S battery.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
Yeah. And so your batteries cost less. Everything's cheaper because it's smaller, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Which one do you have?
I have an AOS 3.5 that I really like.
Which 3.5 do you have?
I have the Small Yeet from Rotor Village. Yeah. Canadian brand.
I haven't heard of that one.
Rotor Village, they make their own frames. Yeah, Rotor Village over in Manitoba, Canada. Or Manitoba? Yeah, I think they're in Manitoba.
Rotor Village? I thought they were in BC.
No, Rotor Village.
No, yeah, you're right there. Oh, I used your affiliate link the other day for Rotor Village. Sweet.
Thank you very much.
For myself. Early Christmas present. Brand's making a new boxer.
Amazing spot.
The feed flickered to life as I plugged in my
got one from Ogre. It's a pretty interesting intros people come up with.
Oh my goodness. People come, oh man. I don't know.
Manitoba.
Inspiration. Winter Peg.
Oh yeah, Winnipeg. Yeah, Winnipeg. Different province.
Winnipeg. Is Ogre okay?
I don't know, but he almost kind of looks like Zorro there for a second.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I see it look like Zorro a little bit.
Does he need a hug? I think he needs a hug.
Oh, I didn't know it was
Zorro's fun. I wish he made more videos lately. I miss seeing Zorro's videos.
Me too. I finally got his email. I told him he has to come visit Canada. He's stoked. He's like, yeah, when?
OG Shorty has a build question for you, man.
Bubby says, isn't it like 55 degrees there right now? 55 degrees?
No, it's actually like warm. I was wearing my t-shirt yesterday.
Check it out.
Really?
Yeah, it's beautiful in Vancouver. It's like the opposite of what Canada. People think Canada is. There's no igloos over here.
Welcome here. That's awesome. I forgot he was here. Talking about giving him a hug.
I could always use a hug.
It's always like a fun spot to fly.
Yeah.
OG Shorty wants to know why you put the battery lead and the capacitors on the side in your BNFs.
I don't. Okay, so this is okay.
I'm guessing he doesn't like it.
I have to try to say this as nice as I can because I came across a little bit mean the last time I said it, and I don't want to come across mean. So my tank drone was specifically designed to have the XT60 come up through the top plate and not come out the sides. But in the Rotor Riot builds, they make them all the same so that they can keep the tunes the same. And that way, when they're doing customer support, they can easily send out a tune to help somebody fix a drone that they might have messed up. A lot of times people get a drone and then they'll flash the firmware, right? They'll immediately think they need to upgrade. They're like, oh, this is only on 4.3.1 beta flight. I need to be on 4.5, and they'll upgrade, and then their drone doesn't fly, and they don't know why. They buy a drone that was supposed to fly out of the box, and then they think they need to upgrade because, we're trained to think that we need the latest update on everything. Our iPhone needs to be updated. Our Android needs to be updated. It needs to be on the latest update. So people do that, and they don't realize that they messed everything up. They lost all the settings. So it's easy for our support team to just send them a dump file. Just dump this to your drone, and it'll be fixed. It's hard to do that if we have the board rotated 90 degrees, or 45 degrees or whatever. And so they made all of their in-house builds have the capacitor on the side so that the dumps will all pretty much be the same from one drone to the next to make it easy to do customer support.
Right.
See you later, Bubby. He's out of here. Thanks for joining us.
Bubby. I'm sure it's past his bedtime.
I think he's in Florida now, so I don't know. Maybe not.
Be safe if you're in Florida.
If he's in Florida or California right now, but if he's in California, it's
only 6:30.
Like 6 o'clock. Yeah. So if you get back to the drone, sorry about that. Back to the drones at Rotor. If you do get my Pro Spec model tank, if you have that one built, then they build it the way that I want it built, with the leads coming out the top plate. They build it exactly how I fly it if you get the Pro Spec model. But if you just get the in-house build, it's a little bit less expensive, I think, and it doesn't have all of the TPU parts on the arms and things like that.
Cool.
Just to kind of have a less expensive version of it, so not everybody wants to pay the extra to get it just like I fly it. They just want to get a drone up in the air that's a durable drone, and the tank definitely is durable. So.
Totally.
That's why you buy a BNF, right? So you don't have to do that stuff. You don't have to.
But anyway, that's why they do it. That's why they come out the sides.
Man, I prefer my battery leads off the sides, to be honest. I've always set it up back in the day that way. They say the shorter your XT60 lead, the better. And two, just keeping it away from all your other parts is so much smarter than having it run beside your VTX.
Yeah, I never want to run it across or beside my O3. Like, I know the O3 is pretty good for that, but it doesn't seem to make sense. Old video. I always go.
I named this video Sharp Poo a long time ago.
Right.
This video is so funny because I named it Sharp Poo back in the day. And right now it doesn't look all that impressive because this video is, like 10 years old or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's impressive for that, yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to see if I could do everything that Sharp Poo did, but like add something to it. So he'd go like through a gate and do a roll, and I'd go through a gate and do 2 rolls or something.
Cool. Fuck yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take it into consideration that this was 10 years ago. This was pretty freaking cutting edge back then, like this was not.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, this was a 6S drone right here. This was 100 miles an hour. This was one of the first ever 6S drones. Because back here, I think it was only me and Final Glide that was actually doing 6S. We were like chatting on Facebook at the time. And this was before ESCs could handle 6S. And we kept catching them on fire, and we were trying to work with each other to try to figure out how to make it work. But it was fun. They did like 100 miles an hour. It was wild back then.
Dope.
What do you think about the 8S? I know you guys built one for funsies. Is it gonna? Do you think people will buy into it? Do you think 8S will be a thing, or is it just a novelty?
I think there's a place for it, but I don't think that freestyle is the place. I mean,
makes sense.
Interesting. There's a reason that I went smaller instead of bigger. I could have batched them and destroyed them. They cost you a lot more. When I was flying 6S on my tank, the one thing that I would kill was the battery a lot. Because if you land on the battery, it's just toast.
Damn, right.
And something about the Tank S, like I'm not killing batteries anymore. This is gonna be the first time I ever kill a battery by charging it instead of smacking into a piece of concrete. So like usually I kill my batteries by smacking into concrete somewhere, and so I don't have to worry about how fast I charge them. So I charge it like 5C, 6C, 10C, whatever. It doesn't matter because it doesn't need to last a year or 2 years. It's probably gonna last 3 months before I destroy it. But on the Tank S, I'm not killing batteries. I'm using the same batteries I've used a year ago And it's just, I think it's a lot of the reasons is because it's lighter.
Yeah, less mass.
It doesn't.
Hurtling through the
$14 a battery instead of $30 a battery.
Yeah.
And then you get into AS and they're like, what, $50, $60 a battery. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've never even tried to even
come up to
find
Canada. 6S are $50 a pop in Canada. Pretty much. No,
What?
expensive.
Our price difference as well.
You got to take a picture and tag me
$1.
or something.
So that I can fly.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
And I am gonna fly with the 2S.
Stone FPV, your drone, your 5-inch is ready. I just have to finish those 3D prints, and they'll be shipped out pretty soon. I think Koala is going to ship out your GoPro session that you won, so look forward to that coming in the mail. I hope soon.
OG Shorty says, tell Stacy to give Jason at Rotor Riot a promotion. He's an awesome guy. He is so good. Yeah, and he's very
Who's this flying? Oh, this is vegan.
Yeah.
That was a right there. That little corner ride.
Oh, amino acid.
Third setup, just for fun. 3-inch or 4S or 6S. I think so. Said 3-inch.
Amino acid. Amino acid asked me what is my preferred setup for fun. So my favorite setup, I think I just answered a few minutes ago, but my favorite setup is the Tank S on 3.5-inch for the Tank S to be my new freestyle quad, because I started playing around with 3.5 inches and I couldn't get into fly right. It didn't feel right in the air, but after like perfecting it, I spent like 7 months modifying it and changing it, and I went through like 10 different revisions on frame design trying to make one fly like my 5-inch. Because when you're flying a 3.5 inch instead of a 5-inch, it's quiet. You can take it to a place that you might not be supposed to fly and probably not get in trouble because nobody knows it's there because you're so quiet. But you bring a 5-inch to that same location, it's like, it's so right?
Totally.
So what's your all up weight?
Yeah, and because everything's smaller, everything's less expensive. So it can be built 200 sub 250, barely right at 250 grams. But that's not the optimal, most durable setup. So mine, I typically fly around 290-ish. And even though it's not sub 250, it's still so light that I can fly it into myself and not hurt myself. Shelby's in the chat. What's up, Shelby?
Good to see you, Shelby. We got a video of yours coming up fairly soon, Shelby.
Nice too.
Badass. Haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah,
but yeah. So I mean, 3.5 inch is so much fun, and if you build it.
Build it. What?
Damn, it's so windy. Oh my
Go ahead.
Uh-oh, did we lose him?
Nope.
You can see how windy it is. The FPV beacon right there. Oh, roll inside the circle, but I see.
What motors do you have on the tank?
Right there doing makeup. No.
Good question.
Her hair. Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear us or something.
Well, I did the magic.
Sean, you can hear us still?
Just like, whoa.
I think you might be delayed.
First try.
He's moving.
Oh, shit.
I lost it for a minute there.
Oh, there he is.
Amino acid asks what motors I have on the tank. I've got my own custom motors that I made. I made I've got some LetsFlyRC motors. Let me see if I can change the camera angle so you can see it.
My battery. Oh, let's do line of sight.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, line of sight now.
Yeah, I think it comes in off and on, but you're doing good. You're fine.
Okay. Okay. So this is the LetsFlyRC 1604 4000 kV. That's what motors I'm running on it. I had them custom made because I wanted a specific kV to get the power and oomph that I needed to get that 6S feeling. So I had them make them custom for me. They're the Hype Train LetsFlyRC motors. You can get a whole build list on what the Tank S comes with just by going to Rotor Riot and looking up one of their pre-builds. The pre-built drones, it'll tell you all the different components that I use with it exactly. This one here is actually a custom one that hasn't been This is new. It's not available yet. This is in my new 4-inch version of the Tank S. It's made for like long range. One of the recent Rotor Riot videos had Bubby flying 4 miles with a Flywoo Explorer, which is this guy right here. And I kind of wanted to build, I was like, I've got a Flywoo Explorer. I could put an 03 on there and go 4 miles. But at the same time, I was thinking, why not just make one myself? And I've already got a frame. All I got to do is make
Very cool.
with 4-inch or 6.5-inch tank and make it a 4-inch. And it keeps the props out of view. And I haven't got a flight time on it yet because I just got the battery today. Because I got a lithium ion 3000 milliamp hour 4S. So I don't know what the flight time's going to be yet, but I'm hoping it's going to be over 15 minutes.
Cool.
Very cool.
It's going to do 30 minutes. I don't know the flight time out of it because there's similar components to what they're using on the Flywoo Explorer, except that my drone will be durable. The main difference between the two is that this guy's got these crash mine by example. Hopefully you don't crash it 4 miles away, but but if you do crash it, you probably won't break an arm because these things are durable.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Very cool.
Get the little GPS on the back, GPS rescuer.
Gotta find it before you even know
down and disarms. So,
very cool.
very cool. Yeah, it does look like a nice clean build. Everything's nice and ship shape in that little guy.
Yeah, the steel aluminum mounts there on the sides definitely helps, I'm sure, too. I wish I had that on mine. I just smashed the front end of mine the other day, but I hit one of those like steel grates and didn't really have any chance. Just split the carbon fiber right in half. But I didn't break any electrical parts, but I was super happy. Just the frame. My
first quad was a Bind and Fly Roma F5, and it had like the curved metal front. It's hanging on my wall with a real nice dent in that thing. Like the one is like, it looks like an S. Yeah. I don't know what I hit, but yeah.
Man.
They do work. The camera was fine, but yeah, the quad wasn't straight anymore.
Oh man, yeah.
You must be getting some weather over there because I can see you're getting a little bit of delay sometimes, but it's all good.
Well, I just checked my internet connection and I've got 460 megabits a second, and then like 37 up. So I don't know why the connection is bad. Yeah,
weird.
I was trying to figure out why it's glitching out a little bit.
Maybe there's a hold up at the border.
All right, there we go.
Usually Danzil is the one that has the issues with his camera and his weather over there.
Normally,
I'm on shitty satellite internet.
It still looks a little bit choppy.
Yeah, you just chopped out pretty good there. Frame rate mismatch, Lambo says. I don't know.
Fun last time.
StreamYard basically does it all, basically. So,
Curtis Hayes is asking after a 5-inch tank dump. I guess he's talking about the flight settings. Are you talking about CLI dump?
Sounds like.
Good question.
But you could also email support@rotorriot.com and they'll send it to you. But if you message me, just Sean Morrison on Facebook.
Cool.
So whatever they have, but I'll have to ask you a few questions, like how you have it set up and everything, in order to get all that stuff to you. I have access to all the files, but it's hard to just publish it. They're working on trying to publish all the dump files for everything. It's just a challenge to try to get it all organized, because for every single drone that's in the Rotor Riot store, we have to get the one that uses the DJI controller, then one that uses Crossfire, then one that uses ELRS, and one that uses Spectrum, and one that uses, and then on top of that, we have to use the one that's DJI and the one that's Walksnail and the one that's analog. There's so many dump files for every single frame that there's an entire folder of like hundreds of dump files.
Yeah.
And if you flash the wrong one, then you just messed everything up.
Every year. Every year there's a bunch of new files.
I've got I have a half a dozen quads in my folder of dump files and everything is unruly.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know if it's just me, but I save all my files. Like I even have my old BLHeli32 files and all the hex files and everything that just saved for no reason. Never going to use it again, I'm sure, but they're there in case somebody needs it. Yeah, in case somebody needs it.
Also, if you want to email me at sean@rotorite.com, that's another way to get a hold of me if you don't have Facebook. I know some people don't have Facebook, but I use Facebook because it's the fastest way to communicate with people usually.
Totally.
You've got mail.
I try not to use it as much.
Joe,
Yeah, I agree. Good to see you, Joe. Welcome in. Vice, hell yeah. Everyone check out Vice FPV's channel.
Oh yeah, Vice too.
Is a ripper.
Ripping. Oh.
Bot bando action.
This looks fun.
Who?
This looks like a fun place to fly.
Who's this? Who's that?
Oh yeah, I didn't give you the links. This is Smag's FPV.
Smaggy Smagger.
I usually give you the StreamYard link and the live stream link, but I didn't do it this time. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. I know you don't love me anymore.
It's just I totally got confuggled with the stream earlier. Starting. It's because I spent.
Blame it on somebody in chat. Let's blame it on Tobias. It was his fault.
No, it's his birthday. You can't blame it on Tobias. It's his birthday.
Oh, it's Tobias' birthday? Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back, my friend. We'll blame it on Lambo. Lambo's good. Lambo would be a good guinea pig.
There you go.
No, scapegoat.
Scapegoat. There you go. Oh, okay, so this is an old school, I'm guessing, or something.
This looks fun. I mean, this reminds me of a bando that I flew in Miami with all the graffiti. I love graffiti.
Hell yeah.
How fast can you fly through the tire?
Yeah, unfortunately, the bando I like to fly in Miami is always got so many people walking around now that it's hard to fly it with conviction.
Yeah.
Because it's turned into like a tourist attraction and people go there to take pictures and stuff. So there's always people there now.
Right. Yeah, our bandos up here in Canada mostly are like pretty much like secured so much that there's no way to get in. And if there is, like there's so many cameras,
yeah, Florida's like that a lot too. Bandos. When we like to go to the construction sites and they're all fenced. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing bando around me. Nothing. Absolutely not. I've never been to a bando. My biggest bando is a dead tree over there.
No, we have bandos in Canada. They're called barndos. Barndos.
Yeah, just not where I am. Yeah, not where I am. There's nothing. I've spent hours on Google Maps looking for something.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shorty, I try really hard to keep up with the Facebook messages, and Facebook is terrible about notifying me when people message me. I try again, please, because I literally check it all the time, and I have to go to a specific tab to get to the message requests. I don't know why they don't just send them to me. If you're not my friend on Facebook, then they don't send me the messages, and it goes into a different folder, and then I have to go and hunt for that folder. And I'm pretty good with computers, but I'm dumb in some areas. So.
I can't find message requests on PC. I can only find it on my phone, and only if I gives me the
that way. Why not just send it to me? I don't need it to go to a special folder. Just Facebook fix your interface so that I get to see all of the messages.
Oh, horrible.
Totally.
And then some people message me LetsFlyRC, and some people message me as Sean Morrison, and so then I have to go back and forth all the time and try to catch them all, and it's hard to catch them all. I apologize if I missed any of your messages.
Yeah. He's not very good at Pokemon, guys. He can't catch them all.
Cool, Curtis. I'll make sure I get you hooked up with the tank stuff.
Fuck yeah.
I'll look for it specifically.
All right, cool.
I'll try to find your message too, Shorty.
Yeah, I don't know if he goes by OG Shorty in Facebook, though.
Yeah.
That's the other problem, right? You talk to somebody in real life.
So many names.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Curtis Hayes. I just found out he's McShaky, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that
That's his
confused me to
FPV
no
name.
end. Yeah, that confused me to no end.
Fuck
Oh, if
yeah.
you did a backflip and then went through the hoop, that
That
would be
would have
awesome.
been sick. Yeah, do it one more time. Sean, you never responded to my feet pics, Shelby.
Shelby is a blast. It's so much fun.
Big shaky. Yeah, Shelby Vol. I was saying earlier, I try and get my Vol style wing launch. I did 3 launches the other day, and have to do some tuning, I guess, and getting it.
Yeah, maybe Shelby can give you some pointers on the live stream as to how to get your plane off the ground first time.
Hell yeah.
Learn how to fly. Excuse me.
We'll have to get him out here one more time, definitely.
Kim's in the chat. What's up, Kim? How you doing? She's asking if I'm ready for Milton. What's at Milton?
Yeah, what is
Milton? Is a hurricane that's headed straight for us, and we're good. I'm Florida man, born and raised. I've been here my whole life. I'm in the middle of the state, so hurricanes don't do a whole lot of damage in Orlando usually, because by the time they get to us, they've died a little bit. I take them seriously though. I'm always prepared, and I've got my windows boarded up at my house, and I'm here at my shop right here right now, and this is a big steel industrial building, so I'm going to bring my whole family here to weather out the storm, and then we'll go back and hopefully the house is okay.
Well, that's good you got somewhere safe.
Joe Fodoleo says his dad is in Tampa. That's right in the middle of it, isn't it? Tampa's going to get whacked.
Tampa's a bad place to be. Yeah, Tampa's a bad place to be, unfortunately.
I hope he's okay, Joe.
Yeah, I hope you're okay. Be safe. I luckily have 2 places to be in case we lose power. I have 2 options or 2 chances to not lose power because I have the shop and the house. Just go to whichever one has power and air conditioning.
Which way everyone's better off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say you had kids?
I have an 18-year-old and I have a 5-year-old. Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool.
Kids.
Are they interested in the multi-rotor business?
My 18-year-old was
sounds like
my 18-year-old was interested in planes, not the drones. My 18-year-old can fly drones, and I was angry because the first time I put my kid on a simulator, my kid did a Matty flip in like the 3rd try, and I'm like, it took me 3 months to learn how to do that. Are you kidding me?
That's the worst. That's funny.
So yeah, my kid's naturally talented, and we have this FPV event here every year called CFL FPV, Central Florida FPV, and I took my kid there with me this year, and we flew airplanes together, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
cool,
nice.
Yeah. Got my kid hitting gates with the race wing for the first time ever, so that was fun. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, it's fun seeing the families getting into it.
Yeah.
And like you said, those kids, man, they're way too good. They're way too good with all their video game background, right? I sound like an old man, but it's completely true.
Burn ESC. So like this T-shirt on the screen there said "Burn ESC."
Yeah, it was a sick shirt. I love all the FPV shirts, man. We were talking about when Quad Box was around on the last stream.
See my new shirt? Takes a spanking, keeps the tank in.
Nice. The spanking with a Q too. That's wicked.
I've got my off-axis sweater on.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
I've got my Ciotti shirt that I tie-dyed.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about last week. We were talking about the Rotor Riot quad boxes that were out a long time ago, and all those description boxes. Right. We're really wishing that someone will do that again. Be amazing.
What was that other one? There was another one that was really big. Crate FPV.
Crate FPV crate. I think there was 3 at one point.
I liked it because we got a whole bunch of unique stuff in that Rotor Riot didn't usually carry for those quad boxes. You know, we would just reach out to all these manufacturers. Whoever gave us a really great deal on something, you know, we'd get a whole bunch of those. And there was like, you get flight controllers for really low price and stuff like that, or an ESC or something, but really low price.
Good way to do it.
Here's your video about the frame.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be me talking the whole time. We don't
So
want to see that.
3.5 inch. Fucking guys, if you haven't got your
Shots.
3.5 inch drone yet, definitely get into 3.5 inch. The bomb.
Yep, S stands
how's
for
it work
send it.
to-
Like another T-shirt that I'm working on.
Yeah. Is that the S is the 3.5, and the
Yeah, the S is a 3.5. S is for sport or small or sub 250 or send it, whatever you want to use the S for.
and the 5 inch is just called the tank or the XL.
Yeah, the tank was the first drone that I ever brought to market. Well, not the first drone I ever brought to market. The first drone I ever brought to market was called the Outlaw, and it was not extremely popular. It was a 5 inch sub 250, and I thought it was really cool. It was a lot of fun, but it was a challenge for them to tune and get flying right. But I felt like it felt pretty good.
Yeah.
But it didn't get a whole lot of popularity. The tank was extremely popular, and I never even thought it was going to be as popular as it was, because it turns out that a lot of people out there besides me want a drone that's indestructible, especially beginners, beginners love it because they can fly without fear, and it's awesome. Yeah.
Well, even if you're a good pilot, you need an indestructible drone. The shit you put our drones through is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The things we ask of them to, like, I cartwheeled mine down the middle of the road the other day, and it was basically fine. You know what I mean? Like,
you can't do that with
imagine doing that with your? I was gonna say your DJI Mini cartwheeling down the road.
I try to throw a little crash in here every now and then on my videos so that people can see that I crash too. At the end of this video, I literally plow right into the tree.
Nice. Hell yeah. There you go. A little smack of the branches.
Yeah.
It's always funny when you have those moments flying where you fly into something and you're like, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it coming. My brain
Right
said
into
you
it,
shouldn't hit that, but I still did.
It's okay. You're not driving it.
Me.
You're not in
You just glaze over for a moment.
Gardo. I think you're if you redid the 5 inch lightweight drone again, I think it would be a popular drone right now. I feel like people are getting into that a little bit more, like lightweight.
So I was just at the warehouse the other day giving them the files for the 4 inch arms. And he was like, what you do? Just give me the files for the 5 inch arms right now, because people are going to want that next. And I'm like, I don't know, man. It's not going to be super durable anymore. Because
that's what I worry about. When did you get into lightweight 5 inch? I don't have a need for it. I'm not really sure.
Wait, can you imagine like a 5 inch?
So light it wouldn't fly super nice. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a weird niche product. I think it'd be hard to sell, but I'm sure the people who like it would love it. But for me, I don't know why I'd want one.
All right, here we go. After the trippy spin, right into the darn tree.
Nice.
Here we go.
Hey, oh, look, left to right.
Here we go. Right into the tree. There you go. I think that was on purpose. Totally intentional. This looks like a fun place to fly. Oh man, it looks so awesome. I almost
that's one thing you guys
thing.
have down in the States is you have these crazy like high school campuses with all these like crazy walls.
And then in the summertime we just get to fly them all the time because the kids are out of school.
Yeah, around me all the schools are just like a box. It's like a square. There's nothing like this whatsoever.
I've got a couple. I got a couple fun ones in Orlando.
There might be an overhang at the door, but like what's all this? All these cupolas and open spaces. Like, geez, man.
Oh, this is MSR. Okay, yeah, no wonder it's good. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get him on the show soon too, as well. But we do have Marty Booth lined up in November, which is gonna be awesome. Marty's a lot of fun. So the poll's in the chat, guys. Lightweight 5 inch. Would you buy one? Yes or no?
I can't say no to more stuff, though. That's the problem. This is unfair. Like I said, I have no need for a lightweight 5 inch. Like I have no need for a 10 inch.
So you're saying
But
you'd only
I'm
build one then?
considering-
You don't need
I'm
multiple then.
considering
You just
it.
need one. Like the Omega 250, yeah, see? Yep.
Yeah. So the Outlaw came out right after the Oh My God 250 came out.
Oh, really?
That was
All right.
yeah, that
all right,
was-
I'll say yes.
I was inspired by Oh My God when I made the Outlaw.
Yeah.
But his is a lot more popular than mine.
Mhm.
So yeah. I feel like the Outlaw was more durable because I never broke one, but it was it was a one-piece frame, so it had a lot of vibration issues, I guess. And Tyler, our master tuner at Rotor, he spent a lot of time trying to get it to fly right, or what he thought was right. I thought it was fine, but I'm not as picky as he is. He's extremely picky, and so our drones fly amazing with this tune on them.
Fly Zone's here.
What's up?
661.
661. Good to see you guys.
OG's back.
What's up, Fly
All
Zone?
the cool people.
Hell yeah, it's a dope rip.
You just have
I
to
think he's on
vote to make the
performance
thing go
enhancing
away.
drugs. I think he's on performance enhancing drugs.
Joe, I if I had to pick another frame that wasn't a Rotor Riot frame, I think that I would probably, if it wasn't mine, for example, I would probably fly one of Bot Grinder's frames, because I think me and Bot have very similar needs. Like we both try to build a drone that's durable above everything else. And yeah, if I had to pick another frame, I would probably pick one of Bot Grinder's frames, just because we have the same ideas in mind.
Word. I believe this is Mr. Joe Fodoleo.
Hey-oh. I'm flying here. Yeah, everybody seems to like those, the Demibot, the Grinderino. The Grinderino really took off.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
sure.
Get it? See what I did there? Took off.
Take off, hoser.
Yeah, you hoser.
Yeah, marketing for him was huge, right? Like he definitely sold them. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I admit I was like skeptical at the beginning because like, you know, it was like, oh, everybody's going nuts because it's Bot Grinder's frame, but apparently it's a really damn good frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah, there were just certain things I was looking for to be a little bit different about mine. We just had a little bit differences in what we were looking for, but yeah, the durability factor is huge for me. That's one of my most important things.
For sure.
So, and I know that his is another very durable frame, which is great.
Designing a frame is not an easy task, I believe. Do you have like any design background? Are you an engineer by trade, or where did you...
Yes, I have a bachelor's in computer science with a minor in electrical engineering, and I've been in car audio and customizing cars since the 90s when I was in high school. Wow. And I own my own car audio shop. A lot of people think I work in the warehouse at Rotor, but I don't. That's just my fun side thing. But my real job is I own a car audio and window tinting shop, and so I've been doing customizing of cars for 30 plus years now, probably 32 years now, I think. And so there's a lot of fabrication.
Fast friend in the 90s.
So there's a lot of fabrication that goes into that. I mean, one of my first cars, I started chopping it all up and put hydraulics on it and a big stereo. And my dad's mechanic, so he's always like, I don't know why you want to do all this crazy stuff to your car. You're ruining it. But then he was right there to help me fix it when I broke it. So
cool. Very cool.
Turned it into a job one day, and it was great. So yeah. But yeah, a lot of that fabrication gave me a lot of experience on what to do and what not to do. And then flying frames and crashing frames for the last 15 years has taught me what to do and what not to do in a frame design, what works and what doesn't work. And then you just have to try it too. Like a lot of times I think something's going to work, and then I'll slam it into something and it breaks. I'm like, oh, I got to fix that. That's not going to work. Yeah.
How do you prototype these things? Do you cut them at home? Do you have a CNC mill?
Yeah, so that helps a lot. It helps a lot having your own CNC mill. I build my own CNC mill because I'm not a rich guy. I don't have a ton of money. So I went online to Open Builds, and I found a CNC machine that I could get for probably like $600 or $700, and I had to build it myself, put everything together, all the rails and all the motors and everything, and then I built CNC mills so that I can cut my own carbon.
Cool.
I also have a laser cutter that I bought back in the flight test days because they turned me into a monster, and I wanted to make airplanes. And I thought to myself, if I buy a $5,000 laser, I've got unlimited airplanes, right? So I can cut out a go board, and I started out cutting plastic on the laser cutter for drone frames, and I used Lexan and ABS plastic, and I would make drone frames out of those in the beginning.
Wow.
And they worked,
Crazy.
but they're definitely not as stiff or as strong as carbon fiber. So I needed something to do that. And you can't laser carbon fiber, not well, at least. Not with my laser.
No. Yeah,
No, I was wondering that you might need a big ass laser, right?
Yeah, it would have been way more expensive than mine.
And it can't.
Oh, this place is
burn the resin.
This video makes me sad. This
Let me skip it.
Demolished. Half of it's demolished, at least. Yeah.
That sucks.
But I am happy that I got to fly it before it got torn down, because this was huge on my bucket list. One of my favorite videos of all time was darn, now I can't think of his name. Well, another pilot flying at this, I'll think of his name eventually. Another pilot flying at this location. I watched that video 75 times probably.
Wow.
Dang it! Why can't I think of his name right now?
Great spot.
It's in my head.
I love it.
Now I can't think of it.
I love how it's just a building sticking up out of the middle of nowhere, basically.
Yeah. Wild Willie. Yeah, Wild Willie's video from here is like one of my favorite videos of all time.
Wild Willie.
Wild Willie. Yeah, I miss his videos too. I wish he was still posting. He had a unique style.
Yeah, great spot. Elevator shaft.
Yeah, this elevator shaft is awesome.
Let's see you dive that backwards now.
Shoot, you know how many times I drove that elevator shaft?
Cricket, right? Cricket is the one with the sick back dives, right? Oh man,
yeah,
I don't know how you do that.
Got known for backwards. Yeah. Yeah, I dove that elevator shaft probably 20 times before I got it successfully. It was challenging. It's funny. I was back then. I was flying LeDrip's frame, the Skyliner, which is another really durable frame, and I never broke those arms on that drone until I came to Detroit. And Detroit's just a whole nother level. I think I broke 3 arms in Detroit. Yeah, it's crazy. And it was cold too, so there's ice on the ground in this video. So it was like 30 degrees that day. So that makes it even more brittle.
Yeah. Yeah, but back to what we were talking about before. Wouldn't a laser cutter like burn the resin in carbon fiber? Wouldn't it?
So when I tried to use it on mine, I've heard of people using it if they have a really powerful laser. Mine's only a 60 watt, but there's people that have multiple 1,000-watt lasers, and I've heard of them being able to cut it. But when I tried to cut it on my laser, it kind of refracted or reflected off of the metal in the carbon fiber or whatever in the carbon, and it just made a whole bunch of sparks, and then it burned it.
Right.
So it didn't actually get through. It just made a burn mark.
Yeah, I'm guessing the fumes would not be good for you.
No, definitely not.
Water jet one. I took it to a water jet company and tried to have them water jet it, and that ruined it too. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have to just invest in a CNC machine, and luckily I found an affordable way to do it by building it myself. Oh, that was so funny. I went down in this hole all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, I've been toying with the idea of, I keep seeing these CNC machines online, like those little Genmitsu ones for like $1,000. And it's like, I'm tempted. I don't need one, but I'm tempted.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's awesome being able to prototype, because let's put an example out there. You had asked me earlier, how do I prototype? And I literally make a frame. I go and fly it the same day. And if there's something wrong with it, I come back to the shop and I fix it, and I get to build another one the same day. Like
Right.
for somebody else, they're usually having China cut their carbon because everybody else is too expensive, right? And so imagine
Except
like
for
somebody else-
CNC drones. CNC drones does it very affordable actually up here in Canada, and they provide a lot of like the AOS Falcon and all those drones are all made from CNC drones.
So
here
even
in
let's say
Canada.
you went that route. Let's say you went that route. You're in the United States where I'm at. So it take you at least
a day or
a
two
week,
or
a week or two to get your thing. Maybe a couple days to get a replacement. I mean, from Canada to the United States with the country, Like I get stuff from True RC up there, and it always takes a week and a half to get my antennas from True RC, and they're in a little tiny bag package. Nothing big.
It's the same going the other direction when we get order stuff from the States. It's
it's
always
horrible.
hit and miss at the border, and then you get hit with customs sometimes, and
and so it just takes forever. And if you can imagine trying to prototype and being so frustrated that you broke it in this one spot, but now I got to make another piece of carbon. I mean, I can literally get through 10 revisions in like 10 days if I need to, which is pretty awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can make as many as you want, or as little as you want too. You don't have to order like 5 of them and then be like, oh well, this one doesn't work, and now like 4 of them are garbage too, and like waste time, waste money as well.
I got a whole stack of limbs or a whole stack of this didn't work.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
A lot of wasted carbon.
Totally. So obviously you do some 3D printing. Have you seen any of the new filament that's coming out called FPV filament from Polymaker?
I don't know that specific one.
Look up FPV filament in Polymaker's website in the US. You can order it right now, actually. In Canada, we can't get it yet. But FPV filament is this new, it's basically almost metal. Like it's way better than carbon fiber infused. It's actually carbon fiber and nylon and other materials that you can get. I think PETG carbon fiber as well. But it's a different way that it's processed. Polymaker filament, and the brand is FPV.
Polymaker FPV.
And make sure you're sitting down when you see the price tag.
No, they're not that expensive actually. The PETG carbon fiber is only like $30 or $40.
Can it print on a standard
super high
FDM printer?
Yeah, you need a hot nozzle for sure, like the hot end, all steel, all metal hot end.
I've got a bamboo X1 carbon, so that probably should be okay, right?
Yeah. If you look up some of the videos and stuff, I can share on Facebook after the stream.
Cool stuff.
Of a couple like 3D printing guys that I communicate with a lot, and this one guy in Texas, he 3D prints like actual metal pieces, and he we were doing a stream a couple of weeks ago and showing it off, and he's like hitting the piece, the 3D printed piece against stuff, and it like you can hear that metal ringing.
Oh my gosh!
Like it's just insane how good it is. It's going to be a game changer, I think, for not just drones, but also for anything else, like the automotive industry. Like you can start 3D printing all kinds of different stuff that takes a lot more abuse now. It's just insane.
Did you see the episode where we tried to use the carbon fiber infused filament to make a tank frame?
Yep.
That was fun. That was a fun one.
Totally.
But yeah, maybe I could try it again with this stuff. I don't know.
I'm telling you, if you get the right stuff, like there's a bunch of variances of that of carbon fiber FPV filament, but there's like ones that are a better grade for electronics as well. I forget the exact code name for it, but yeah, it's like you're not going to break it. There's no way. Even on a drone frame, I'm pretty sure you could print an entire frame, and it wouldn't
Challenge
even.
accepted.
Yeah. Well, once it's available in Canada, they're sending me some because I'm sponsored by Polymaker, but I haven't been able to get it yet. So once I get it, it's going to be my first thing that I'm going to put on my printer.
What printer are you using?
Well, I'm using a revised Creality Ender 3 plus an old Tronxy printer and stuff. A bunch of cheap printers. I haven't been able to afford the bamboo yet.
I have a couple of Enders also. I've got 2 Ender 3 V3 SEs.
Nice.
I've got 2 X1 carbons, and then I got an A1 Mini The A1 Mini is awesome for drones. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's
So
only $200.
fast.
$200 for a printer that prints TPU. Amazing. Oh my gosh.
Totally. If I get the A1, I want to get the combo though, so I got to save my money up still.
Yeah.
Plus Canadian dollars are like, it's like $600 Canadian for us.
Yeah. I have the combo on the X1 and I rarely ever use it.
Really,
I only use it when I'm lazy. Yeah, like because you can't run TPU through it unless you modify it.
That really sucks. That disappointed me when I learned that.
I mean, there's a way you can do it. Our Rotorite's 3D printer, Julian, over at Newsel 3D, he made a YouTube video on how to convert it to make it do TPU. But once you do the conversion, it only does TPU, nothing else. But then you can do multicolor TPU prints, which is really cool. So if you bought like 2 of the AMS units, one for TPU and one for regular, you could join them together and have one of them.
Oh, you only have to change the filament unit, the AMS or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the AMS.
Change the whole printer. Oh, right. I thought you had to like rip your printer apart.
No, you just modify the AMS. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't really want to rip a $1,000 printer up, like.
Yeah, no. The Bamboo prints TPU out of the box, but if you want to do multicolor prints and use the AMS to do it, then you have to modify the AMS.
Yeah.
Loosen it up. I remember back in the day using Capricorn tubing on the Ender was like sometimes no good because as soon as your filament was a little bit more than 175, it would just jam in your Capricorn tubing. Yeah. That was years ago though. Now it's gotten better.
Answer this question for me then, sir.
What's up?
You know way more about 3D printing than me, and I don't understand. I have an Ender S1 Pro with a direct drive. And I got it because my research, everybody was like, direct drive is way better. It's better for TPU. You know what I mean? And it's better all around. Why does the fanciest, most expensive printer in the world use a Bowden tube? What's better about the Bowden tube than a direct drive? I don't understand why they would. I thought Bowden tubes were old and not as good.
Bowden was the idea behind the Bowden, it was supposed to be lighter weight, right? So you don't have this big motor bouncing around back and forth on the axis. So it was the idea behind it was supposed to be able to do a more accurate print and a lot faster print. But then like Bamboo came out of the wild and like just destroyed everybody with their direct drive and made it super fast, super clean print. That kills the Bowden tubes. And the only problem with the other problem with the Bowden tube is that it's really hard to print TPU with the Bowden because the TPU is flexible and when you shove it through all that tube, then it
gotta be so slow. The only way I've gotten my Ender 3 V2 at the Bowden print is going slow as all mud.
Thank you, Curtis Hayes. That cleared it. I didn't realize that. I thought the Bamboo was Bowden tube all the way through and through.
Nope.
No, the Bamboo is direct drive.
I was mistaken. That's why my question. I was like, why would they go all Bowden tube? I thought direct drive was like
all fancy dancy.
Yeah, I was like, geez, I didn't have to spend all this money on a fancy direct drive.
Honestly, if you're just doing drone parts, just get the A1 Mini, $200, and it does everything we need to do. You're not printing giant things. It doesn't need to be huge. The build plate's big enough to do any GoPro mount you ever wanted to make.
Plus some.
Yeah.
For sure. But once you get into 3D printing, the addiction is real. I've been 3D printing for about 6 or 7 years, and now I'm on to my 4th Star Wars droid build. I'm currently building the chopper droid, full size chopper.
I don't do a lot of that stuff. I do mostly drone prints, but my kid is really into 3D printing. I got my kid into it because I want my kid to get into engineering. I'm trying to get my kid to go to UCF and get an engineering degree like I did, and so I've been trying to like get my kid excited about it. And so right now my kid's making masks, big giant masks, like trying to make me an Iron Man mask that opens and closes because that would be really cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, I made a Mandalorian helmet. Working on a sword right now.
That's cool.
Another droid in this ongoing one.
So this is an oldie.
Yeah, that plane you just saw, the twin motor plane, that was my own creation actually. It was a twin Spitfire. That's what right here. It was a twin Spitfire. I made a twin Spitfire and then I made a twin P1 Mustang before Flight Test ever did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look
It
at
was
those
cool.
cool builds.
They were a lot of fun to fly. Yeah, after I did the whole wakeboarding thing, I got back into planes. My absolute first ever model flight was with this Harbor Freight Yellow Bee airplane piece of crap that I got like probably 20 years ago. And
It
lasted as long as I could fly it away from me, because as soon as I turned around and the sticks inverted, it went into the ground.
Oh no.
When you're flying line of sight, the plane coming back, all the sticks invert, you don't know what to do if you know.
Yeah.
After that, I went into the simulator for a long time before I ever flew an airplane again.
Right. Man, oh man. Yeah, I still haven't flown planes technically. I mean, I've flown this little like toy yellow plane that I have that I bought. It's an Emax, like whatever, I forget the name. Actually, no, it's a Cobra brand. But anyway, it's just this little tiny line of sight toy that I impress everybody when I fly at line of sight, because they're like, "How the fuck are you flying this thing?" Because I'll be like, I'll send it like super far away from me and still be able to control it, and they're like, "What? How are you doing that?" But it's so much fun. So much fun. This will give you a copyright strong. Yeah, mute this song. I know it's going to be a super copyright. Yeah. So obviously you've been spending a lot of years flying. Have you done any ground RC? Do any like truck? Or...
I'm not as excited about it as a lot of people are today, because I grew up with it. Like every Christmas, my mom bought me a Radio Shack RC car, growing up. So nice. I loved RC cars back then. And then once I got to put the RC car in the air and get an extra axis, it was over. I didn't want to put the ground anymore. I don't want to drive in the ground. So, and then it's kind of funny. Me and Drew came down to Florida. Drew from Rotor Riot came down to Florida, and he got excited about RC cars. And I was like, we don't fly RC cars, drive RC cars for. I was like, whatever. If we're gonna do it, I'm gonna go ahead and get like something crazy. And then I called my friend Greg up. I'm like, hey, what's one of these crazy cars that I saw a car on the internet that drove on water. What is that? He's like, yeah, we got this car called the X-Max. And I'm like, well, that's a little bit out of my price range, but yeah, I'm going to do it because I want to drive a car on water. So
that's sick.
Then I got this RC car, and I'm like, hey, Drew, what if we chase this RC car over water? He's like, I got this car that can drive on water. And so then he chased it, and then we turned it into a Rotor Riot episode where we're jumping this thing off of parking garages and jumping it onto buildings and like driving on water, and that was fun. But then after the episode was done filming, I sold it because I was like, okay, I did it.
Yeah, right.
But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I still have my RC truck. I don't know if I'll ever use it again much either. But yeah, it's a couple times you're like, it'd be cool to play with it for a little bit.
I mean, I was able to bring in that extra third axis because I literally made the RC car fly, right? I mean, it was one of those jumpers that could just jump over houses. It was wild. So that's what made it exciting for me again, because it was extreme.
Yeah.
I don't think I could get into crawlers, honestly. I think that I think it wouldn't be enough. It would be edgy enough for me, I don't think.
True.
Like kind of like fishing. If I'm going to be on a boat, I want to be behind the boat, holding onto the rope, doing flips over the wave or something. I don't want to be sitting in the boat waiting for a fish to,
Totally. Here's I
have a love of sailboats, so I always thought it'd be cool to have like a nice big proper scale, like open 60 racing sailboat. I thought that'd be pretty
racing sailboat. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I used to have a buddy in Toronto that actually used to race sailboats. Friggin' badass. Yeah, expensive hobbies though. Holy crap!
Oh,
which plane is this?
It's like standing in the shower and tearing up money.
Is this the T1?
You get broke.
I think this is his Vol style. I'm guessing because it's right wing on there, but oh yeah, right wing Vol style.
2 clicks of trim. That's a cool title.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong.
He's bragging that he didn't have to trim the plane because he built it so well. That's what he's doing. I don't know if you caught that or not.
Yeah, 2 clicks. I put like 10.
Yeah.
Still trying to get Yeah, I've done the weight displacement on that thing. I've trimmed it. I've put the throws and expos that he told me. But yeah, I don't know. We'll get her in the air one day. I've actually technically had it in the air twice. It just didn't fly very good, and then I tried fixing it, and then now it doesn't fly at all.
Do you have any friends that fly planes?
A few of them.
Do you have any friends there?
A few, not too many. They haven't been around.
It might help to have one of them put it in the air and trim it out for you, because that'll definitely make taking off and landing easier.
Yeah, 100%. Everyone that I've given it to, they're like, I don't want to fly that thing. I think it's crazy. It's huge. It's all lit up too. I've got the Fly High FPV LEDs on it, so it's pretty bad.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I put those in my Riot wing, and they're so awesome. Super bright.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, right into the tree.
Fucking sick one, Shelby. Cool cats.
Oh, you know those new...
You won a couple
of new,
laser
what do they call
them? Wow, cool, dude. That is super cool.
Oh, this was fun. This was definitely one of those bucket list items. Chasing a real airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a real airplane? I thought it was an RC plane for a second.
No,
it looks RC.
That's when we went out and legally chased full-scale airplanes on Rotor Ride. It was a blast.
Yeah.
There's a guy on my lake that once in a while flies his plane in on my lake, and I'm waiting for the right time to go over to his house and be like, "Hey, man, can I chase you?"
You have to get a radio.
It comes up like once or twice a year.
Oh, you were in the pontoon boat?
We were in the pontoon boat flying from there.
That's awesome.
It was kind of wild because like both Drew and Alex Vanover both fail-safed and landed in the water that day.
Oh.
Both of them. And I think they were both flying, what was it? Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they were both flying Ghost. And I was bragging because I'm using the DJI radio, and I'm like, I'm not fail-safing.
How's the turbulence behind that thing? Like if you're like right down there behind the tail,
you can feel it. Yeah,
it'd be bad.
Yeah,
interesting.
Like right here, I'm not in it, so it didn't bother me here.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah, that's what
for sure.
It's fast. So
at what point do you feel the turbulence? Probably about here. You're starting to dip into it.
I think it's right when I get behind the wing. Yeah, it was right when I got. If I got too low, I could start to feel it.
Very crazy.
But the hardest part about it was just trying to keep up with the airplane because they're hauling. I'm like full throttle right here.
Yeah.
Just trying to catch up.
Yeah, you can't
because they can only slow down so slow before they lose their license.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we got them on takeoff and landing because. Yeah, that's why we got them on takeoff and landing most of the time because.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Stall.
Yeah, there we are.
I remember seeing this.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to get that guy. He only comes up once or twice a year, so I rarely see him. All of a sudden, I hear the plane coming in.
There's Alex crazy.
Nice.
Not only were we chasing plane, look how young Bubby is. Oh my gosh. Not only were we chasing planes, but we were doing it on a rocking boat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no doubt. I've flown from a boat a couple times, and it's pretty nerve-wracking.
I drove from the car once. I hated it, but I'll try again. Moving car sucks.
Yeah, totally. I've wanted to fly gliders too. This is a nice, badass glider.
Yeah, I've never done this. This is something I've not checked off my bucket list yet.
Oh, really?
Have you ever seen those guys that do the speed records on the gliders on the side of a mountain? They're doing like loops. And they're doing like Mach 1. They're like crazy.
Wow, I've never seen that.
I built a flight test power glider, but I've never like mountain surfed with them, where you're just using the mountain wind.
Yeah.
Very cool. I didn't know that, Cool Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is this Cool Cat's video?
No.
Is that
but
Cool
that's
Cat
his
there? Oh.
No.
See you later, Shorty. It's good hanging out with you, bud.
Take care, Shorty.
Ciao, Shorty.
I'll look for your message.
Yeah, you should look up those guys. I can't remember what they call it, but like the speed record for these RC gliders is ridiculous. Like you can't even see the thing fly past you. It's just
Oh,
they're doing big loops on the side of a mountain, so they're catching those updrafts, and they're just like the thing is just it's like I think it's like close to speed of sound. Like they're just ridiculously fast. It's like those wire car, those cable cars.
You gotta have a big enough place to fly something like that, because before you know it, you're out of space.
Yeah. Is that a Ranger?
I love chasing planes.
It looks like a Ranger.
It looks like a T1 right there.
Yeah.
I think it's a T1.
Whose field is this, man? Who's got this little field in their backyard? This is it's club. Or...
That's definitely a flight club.
Club. They got like 3. They got the little flight lines there.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that director that loves RC? He does all the scale, like 747s and everything. I don't know if you've seen him on YouTube. He's got the mansion. He's a billionaire. He loves RC stuff. Big RC.
Oh, you're talking about Cletus McFarland?
No, there's the guy's a producer as well in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
The richest guy, the guy that makes like all the Medea movies and everything.
I can't remember his name. He was on Cletus's video though.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the guy that builds for him puts out videos once in a while too. Those things are amazing. Those scale 747s with like 20-foot wingspan. Like, yeah. What's his name? Curtis Hayes knows. I saw that one too, where Cletus went to his house. But if you see that, the guy that builds for him is the one that puts out the YouTube videos.
Tyler Perry.
That's
Tyler
his name.
Perry.
The guy has a house for his RC planes. Like his house, his RC plane garage is bigger than our houses combined.
Oh my God! Wow.
He's got a full landing strip in his like 5,000 acre estate. You know what I mean? Like this huge mansion.
If you saw my shop, if you saw my shop here, half of my car stereo shop is RC planes and drones. It's crazy.
Nice.
Get this camera.
That's my problem with I'm building that Sea Duck. I have no idea where I'm going to store it.
Yeah, that was a problem. That's why I don't have mine anymore.
I'm thinking I might not have to store it if my maiden flight doesn't go so well.
Right.
So here's you chasing waterfalls. Is there anything you have?
Oh my
jealousy.
gosh. This was the bucket list. Oh my god, this was such a bucket list.
I'm so jealous. This is up in
There's
Washington.
a waterfall,
or something, isn't it?
very
Like
much like
Multnomah
this here.
Falls or something?
I had to wake up so early to go to these falls because they literally had waiting lists and that you had to be on like a week in advance or whatever just to go to visit the waterfall.
Oh wow!
So I had to wake up. I mean, I was doing this at like 6 a.m. so I could beat the traffic, so I could beat the people out there.
Yeah,
this was in Oregon.
It's
when
totally
I
worth it. Totally worth it.
Beautiful.
The light
There
is so
you go.
nice
That's
too.
it right there.
Yeah.
It would not be nearly as nice if it was at like midday or something.
Oh my gosh, I was trying to get as close as I can, but like you can see the water droplets getting on the lens. I'm like, I can only get so close before.
So you start praying you did a good job at conformal coding. Right? Did I do a good job? Did I do enough codes?
No conformal on these drones. This is just my standard Tank S.
Damn. I conform a code all my drones.
I do too now. I do every time. I just conformal code it before I even put it in.
I did as soon as I learned about it, and then I had a lot of ESCs fail from overheating, so I gave up. I stopped doing it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this
I mostly do the outside of the ESC, like where the motor leads are and stuff like that. You know, the stuff outside that's going to get really wet. You know, I don't focus as much on the middle. I put 2 coats on the motor solders and then 1 coat on the middle.
I spent so many hours before this trip. I spent like so many hours just trying to find the waterfalls that I wanted to go to. And when I got there, like PWX, he lives out there. James Hester, he lives in Oregon, and he was like, "Oh, you're not gonna be able to fly the waterfalls. You have to have a a reservation to go see the waterfalls. So what if I go really early? He's like, I don't know, you might get lucky. And literally, there were still people there at 6 a.m. But I was just kind of waiting for us. I stood there and just kind of waited until they went away.
Yeah.
And I got an opening, and I said,
all
right, send
lucky,
it.
Joe.
Fuck yeah. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Jeff Orta went with me here, Vortex. He's right there on the bridge with me.
Cool.
So it was a lot of fun. He didn't fly though. He just was excited to be there.
Mesmerized, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more of the Oregon coast with Broccoli.
Oh yeah,
this is a great video.
It's so fun to fly over a big beach like that.
Nice. That's better. That's pretty much all I have here in Florida is the beach.
Right.
Like I don't.
Yeah.
It's all flat. It's all flat here, but we have a beach. And I flew a little bit of beach
I think
stuff,
everybody who flies quads wants to get one of those shots, though, flying over the low surf, into the sunset. You got to have one of those to be real.
It's real pretty.
It's been done before. But I'm not shy. I'll say it. I want to get one.
Yeah.
Oregon makes all beaches public access.
Cool.
In Florida, there's always cars on the beach and people. It doesn't look like this. There's so many people on the beach.
Wow.
Cars should.
Well, I love it. I grew up doing it, so I loved taking my car on the beach and then going surfing because I had my surfboard on the roof.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it's so busy in the summertime around here lately that you hunt to find a parking space. It's crazy.
Yep. It's everywhere now. It's just insane how much this earth has gotten so overpopulated.
Oh yeah.
This is a great spot. Oh, between those rocks.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Sign me up.
The sun is nice on it too for the water glistening.
You can't go wrong with a nice low sun and background
really
like
pretty.
this. Like just fly around nice and flowy, and you're gonna get some good shots.
All of my footage was garbage. I was trying to fly an 8-inch that I brought with me, and it had so much jello that I couldn't use any of it.
Oh,
I was trying to get it tuned on like 4.5 because I had a good tune on 4.3.1, but the GPS rescue wasn't as good on 4.3.1, and I was worried about it, flying in places like this. So I was trying to get the better GPS rescue, and I ended up ruining the way the drone flew, and then I couldn't use any of the footage. It was very disappointing. Yeah, because I got a lot of pretty stuff like this too, but it's all shaky, and no matter how much stabilization I try to put into it, it doesn't take out that jello.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I should have that's why I made this 4-inch drone.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I made this little guy, because this does fly well, and I'm hoping to get some long range out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Long range is fun. Really gets your heart thumping. Makes you pay attention.
Never tried it.
Yeah, right. It's like the first time you fly over water. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my goodness. I think I got a video on my channel the first time I went over water. The sphincter clenching that was involved in that,
Speaking of long range, this is the long range. This is straight from Italy.
Italy.
There we go.
Oh, the Alps. Dive. Oh, he's at the bottom of the clouds too. The cloud base is right there. Is it a bear?
Barely. It's all bush.
That's what she said.
I don't think I've ever seen a bear besides at the zoo.
Yeah.
I don't think they got wild bears in Florida, do they?
Gators.
I don't know. They might. We got a lot of stuff in Florida, but I don't know.
If you see a bear in the wild, it probably escaped from somewhere.
Escaped from what's his name's place? The lion guy. What's his name?
The Tiger King.
Tiger King. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I got a couple of flight test planes hanging on my wall up there.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those look good. The little Corsair.
Is, yeah, the Corsair, and then I got the flight test planes. I mean,
Cool.
the Disney planes.
The Disney planes, yeah.
Disney crop popper, and I forget what it was.
That's fine.
Nice.
But I got planes all over my walls, just everywhere, just hanging off the wall.
Nice.
Tons
And I see a
those
snowboard
wings.
too.
wakeboard. Yeah.
Oh, wakeboard.
Board, and then my boat's in the back here behind the wall. I don't know if I can get an image of it. Yeah, my boat's. Whoop. I'm trying to use a webcam for this.
Oh, dude.
My boat's back.
Glad I don't have a space that big.
Yeah, this is my shop. It's got tons of stuff behind
Wow.
the scenes that nobody sees.
You got a whole
You got
store
everything
over there.
people need.
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff everywhere.
We're coming to hang out with you.
Right
And I'm coming to hang out with you and build stuff in your shop.
Yeah, this
You
is
can easel your
this is
tools
my
and
workbench
stuff.
right here. I don't know why it's glitching.
Oh, so good.
My messy workbench.
I'm glad to see it's nice and messy like us regular
Oh yeah,
folk.
yeah. This is the part you don't see on camera. All the stuff over here, and then all the old 3D printers that don't get used anymore. And these are the ones that I actually use.
Resin too. Ooh.
Yeah, I got a couple resin printers, the
Don't
X1,
tempt
and
me.
all the museum over here of old dead quads. See the
Awesome.
big stick one? That's one of my
Yeah, the
first
big Y
ones,
copy.
Y
Yeah.
copter. Yeah, made from wooden sticks from Home
Jeez.
Depot.
You
does it
flew
still
something
fly?
like that recently, right? I think you flew something like that recently. I swear.
I don't know.
You should fly it again, man. I'd love to
What's
see
it?
it. Does it still fly?
It's missing a motor. I'd have to like redo the motors and stuff, but I could make it fly. I've robbed it for parts.
Right.
That was on a KK. That was on a KK1 board, long time ago. Hobby King KK1 board.
Wow.
Wow.
That definitely predates a few of the people in chat, I'm sure. The old friggin' controller.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are our desk. They film on this really clean spot. Yeah. That's why I use the green screen.
The
All right,
top
well, we
down
have-
bow on the side there was from a Rotor episode. We literally just bought it so we could see, can a drone chase an arrow?
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. I actually just got gifted a bow and arrow set and took it out to the flight field on Saturday, and it was like, all right, who wants to chase the arrow? And I launched the arrow, and everyone's like, no. I'm like, come on.
I don't know if you saw the episode where we tried to chase an arrow, where Alex was trying to chase the arrow that I was shooting, but
Yeah.
it took us all day to get that shot. We
Yeah.
were all day.
I bet.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
I think I shot the bow and arrow like 6,000 times. I don't know. I lost count.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something a little harder to do than you think. That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Getting the timing is the key.
Yeah.
Speaking of timing, we're wrapping it up pretty close here. We're going to finish it off with this last awesome video, Finland's Tesla Light Show.
Tesla Light Show.
Yeah, this is 902 Tesla cars lit up.
Oh, wow.
This is the flyby guys over in Finland.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Nice. I've been seeing a lot of those
Well, I saw
cyber
my
trucks
first
going up.
cyber truck in the wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Photography doesn't do it justice. Yeah, that thing is.
They're popping
ugly.
up all over
Holy
Orlando.
shit.
Yeah. I'm seeing them all the
I
time
just
now.
saw one here in northern Ontario. Ugly as sin.
Really?
Jesus. Literally looks. It
It's-
literally
yeah.
looks like a stainless steel dumpster. It's a dumpster.
Yeah, if you walk up to it, you're like, wow, they just left the metal like
Whoa.
that.
How do
There's
they
your
do
light
that?
show. Well,
Oh,
their
wow.
electronic light show.
I guess they're
That's
all on the
wild.
network. The cars can do that. Like, is that built into the cars?
Probably.
Oh, that's wild.
Like, if you had a Tesla and you parked beside your buddy's Tesla, could they like?
The problem is,
Maybe.
is that when the light
Part of
show is
this?
over, how do you know which one is yours? Because they all look
They all look the same, yeah.
Nobody else hit your fob. You know, everybody's like hitting their fob trying to find it. Boop, 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 boop.
Totally.
No, you stop. No, that was me. No, that was you.
This is kind of neat, though.
Yeah, my friend invited me to come out to this Z-Con, which is like pretty much all Nissan Z cars
Oh, Z-Con.
of the past and everything, and of the future, whatever. All the cars are Nissan Z. And so I got to go chase them around a racetrack and do some drift chasing and stuff recently. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
This blows my mind. Like they must have some sort of like networking that they can do with the cars and control it. Because I doubt this is people sitting in the cars hitting the buttons to the beat.
Yeah. I missed my cue.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow, what the
You
heck?
know, like step on your brake, turn on your high beam, step on your brake, you know.
It was all done after the fact. This is AI. It's not really.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's.
And then there's that one guy with the wrong colored lights.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How they're doing different colored lights like that. That's the harder part. They must actually literally have multicolor RGB lights on their headlights. Like, what the heck? Why is there RGB lights in the headlights?
Tinted covers? I don't know.
Crazy. I didn't expect this to be 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Very neat. Very neat. If you guys want to see the rest of it, check it out on the YouTube. Link was provided. If you have anything you want to say to wrap up the stream, Sean, anything that you have coming up in the future that you want to shout out, or any new projects, any new videos coming up?
I've got a waterproof drone coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. Hopefully, it'll make an episode.
Okay.
I'm interested there.
And so I've, like I said, I got into it because of wakeboarding. So I've always wanted to fly a drone over water. And one of, let me see if I can get this camera back. One of the first drones that I ever flew, which was exciting for me, was an aquacopter. We did an episode about it. And I've got them over here, right here. Those are my two aquacopters. And the way they were designed is they're hollow on the inside. So when you land them on the water, they float. Nice. And so I wanted that in a 3.5 inch, because those are 10-inch props right there.
Yeah.
And I wanted the same thing in 3.5 inch. I've already got it. I just need to finish sealing it up and tune it so that it's actually flyable. I don't know how it's going to do yet, so that's why it hasn't become an episode yet, because I still haven't test flown it yet.
Well,
but it's built.
If you need somebody to test it, send one up my way.
The cool thing about it is it's a 3D printed frame, so literally anybody with a 3D printer is going to be able to replicate it, which is going to be awesome.
Oh, dude, I'm all over that. Sign me up.
Aquacopter, yeah,
sign me up.
Yeah,
and you can take off from that. Yep, nice.
Take off right from the water, land in the water. It's so much fun. So I wanted
can you turtle mode?
Yeah.
If you land upside down, it'll recover. That's pretty cool.
Yep. We did all that on this video.
Wouldn't be turtle mode; it'd be swan mode.
Swan mode.
Yeah. Well, turtles live in the water too. Turtles like water.
I guess they don't flip over.
It was so much fun. Just so much fun, just playing in the water.
Dolphin mode. Dude, I'm all over that. I want to build one. You've sold me already.
As soon as I have it on the video, I'm gonna make the files available for everybody, so anybody can make it.
Fuck yeah! Very cool. Very cool.
It'll be a blast.
Canadian testing.
Yeah, no doubt. In cold weather, for sure.
Thanks for coming, man.
Oh man, thanks for having me, guys. I had a good time. This was fun.
Yeah. Cool. Very much awesome. Thank you very much for being here.
Now you can,
everybody in the chat.
Now you can tell Drew we're not scary. You can tell Drew.
I'll let him know you guys are fun.
We're not going to put his feet to the fire or anything.
Right.
Ask him that one question that everybody wants to hear, right?
Yeah.
Totally. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. We have our friend Rhino Rotor Sports next week. He's a FPV ripper from the UK, I believe. And then next week after that, we have Wedge and Big from YouTube. And then the end of the month, we have our special guest, Don from Ontario, Don Drone On. And he's going to be updating us with a little bit more of the Canadian regulations and stuff that's changing. And so, yeah, that'll be like our Halloween stream. So hope you guys all have a good one. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.
See you later, guys.
I love you all.
Peace.
Good night.
And there it is.
Uh-oh. Ah, you forgot how to use it.